So that's kind of this.
Really? I guess it's going to stay open.
Evan, somebody needs to put oil on that.
You think so? That's just my knee. I was just trying to stand up. That's all.
All right.
All right. I think it's 5 o'clock, right? Yeah. Okay. Time being 5 o'clock. I will just ask. The meeting is being recorded right now. Victoria? Yes. So the meeting is being recorded. So I will call the meeting of the Freetown Conservation Commission to order. Well, do we have a quorum? No. Who are the members that are here? Charlie, you're here?
Yes, I think that's it.
Oh, for the love of God, Pete's sake, and Begora.
Don't want to leave anything out.
Stand by for a second. I'm going to try and make a phone call. Sorry to keep everybody. I just got a text from Keith. He had run into some issues. He said he'd be joining us in 5 minutes. I don't know if I did see a bunch of fire apparatus going the opposite way so I don't know if he's part of that or not. But so he'll be with us in 5 minutes. If there's anybody on tonight's Zoom meeting with us, let me just let you know what's going to happen. Every item on our agenda other than the request for determination for applicability for 31 Washburn Road, and that's to construct a garage and driveway, and then the continued notice of intent for 3 Quarry Drive, that's the solar project at the up by the quarry on Bryant Hill Farms, old cranberry bogs. location. The other, everything else is being continued to January 11th per request of the applicant, and most of it is due to the fact that there's still being, peer review being done and the subsequent, responses by the applicant's engineers to that peer review. So if there's anybody on here that's for those other things, all we're simply going to do is call them to order, and I will get a motion for all the, public hearings at once, and to continue everything to the 11th. And again, it'll be 5 o'clock via Zoom. Other than that, I'll just stand by and wait for Keith to join us. Is that you, Keith? I got a 9420432 number for Keith. All right, looks like Keith is here. Thank you, Keith. I know you're busy and you got tied up with something, so I do appreciate you getting on here as quick as you can.
Kevin, this isn't Keith.
Oh?
Is this Kevin?
Yeah?
Yeah, Kevin, this is Jeff Medeiros, 39 Water Street.
Well, I got something that says Keith's iPhone, so I don't know that I'm talking specifically to you, Jeff, but...
Okay, I just dialed in and you said Keith, so I thought you were...
Oh, okay, no, you must be somebody else. Keith is here if If you're muted, it's *6 on your phone if you're calling in and you're muted. If you're on the computer, I think you can just unmute yourself. So, Keith, are you here?
That's right.
I am here. I am here.
Thank you, Keith, again. So I'll just repeat myself. Thank you. I know that you would get tied up with something. I do appreciate you getting on here as quickly as you could. So thank you again.
No problem. Sorry for being late.
No, duty calls. So, at the end of the day, I'm just going to repeat what I had said earlier. We are recording. I've called the meeting to order. So, before I go any further with that, now that we have the quorum, I have to read the governor's order. And pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 18 of the governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people who may gather in one place. This meeting of the Freetown Conservation Commission will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public can be found on the Town of Freetown website, freetownma.gov. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the town's website or YouTube channel an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. So, again, I'll just briefly repeat what I said earlier. We have several items on our agenda tonight that have asked for continuances for different reasons. They're in various states of engineering review. So I will just read what they are so that if people are here for those things, then they can choose to leave, or they're more than welcome to sit and listen to the rest of the meeting. But those that are requesting a continuance would be the notice of intent for 3 Locust Street, the notice of intent for 3 Sammy's Lane, both of those to construct a single-family home. We also have a continuation notice of intent request for 41 Water Street. That's the construction of a single-family home and garage, barn, revetment wall, and boat ramp. That is also going to be continued to our next meeting, January 11th. The first 2 are being continued simply because the planning board has not signed off on the subdivision plans yet, so in theory, those lots don't actually exist. That will happen at a subsequent planning board meeting, I'm pretty sure. 41 Water Street has received an additional peer review, and EPG is awaiting response from applicant. So since we don't have anything from the applicant to EPG, we're going to continue until we get their responses. Items number 7 is a continued notice of intent. That's for 3 French Street. That's the roadway and lot preparation for 7 residential subdivision lots. And 0 Rocky Road, which is the soil removal operation, the soil board permit for 0 Rocky Road is off of Copacut Road. Those have also been requested to continue to January 11th. They are in various stages of review. So that being said, and because we have to do, is there anybody here for those projects? I know, Jeff, you said you were here. I see Attorney O'Neill's here also. You're clear on what we're doing, right? It's still being reviewed. Any further information that we receive, whether it's responses from the applicant or their engineer, or any other further review letters from EPG, we'll make sure that we put as quick as we can on our website. And again, they will be under the Conservation Commission, Boards and Committees, Conservation Commission. If you look on the left-hand side, you'll see current conservation filings. You'll be able to open that up, and the clerk has cleaned it up rather nicely, and it's easy to see, and those items will be on there if you want. So if there are no other questions or anybody else from the public that came on and wants to make a comment on those, what I will do is I will call all the public hearings to order that are being requested to be continued. And again, I will call back to order a notice of intent for 3 Locust Street, a notice of intent for 39 Sammy's Lane, notice of intent for 41 Water Street, notice of intent for 3 French Street, and a notice of intent for 0 Rocky Road. I will call all those back to order. Again, I've explained the situation on the continuances. I'll entertain a singular motion to continue all those public hearings to, January 11th, 5 o'clock via Zoom.
I'll make that motion, Mr.
Thank
I'll
you.
second it.
Thank you.
Second.
So motion's made and supported. If there's no further discussion on the motion, I'll take a roll call vote. Charlie Sullivan?
Aye.
Charlie Sullivan, aye. Keith Mello?
Aye.
Keith Mello, aye. Kevin Damaris, aye. Motion carries unanimous. So folks, again, if you were here, come back on the 11th. And if anything's going to be continued, and we know beforehand, sometimes we're able to put that on the agenda. So take a look at our agenda too, and that might give you an idea. Okay, that being said, then we move on to item number 5 on our agenda. This is a request for determination of applicability. This is for 31 Washburn Road in East Freetown. This is for the construction of a garage building with associated driveway, loam and seed within all disturbed areas. Again, folks, if you're interested in this, you can see the plan on the town's website, freetownma.gov. Boards and committees, Conservation Commission, current conservation filings on the left-hand side, and there will be a PDF of both the application and the plan. I see that Niles is on with us tonight. Are you gracing us with your presence tonight, Niles?
Good evening, Mr.
That's
Chair.
Jamie.
Actually, it's me. Yeah, I'm sitting at Niles's computer tonight, so.
Oh, that's why it came through as him. So, Jamie, I thank you. Appreciate you getting that electronic copy so we can get it up today. I appreciate that. So, Jamie, if you want to do a screen share, we can make that happen. If not, we have the plans again available through computer, so we can see what you're looking at. But it seems like a pretty straightforward. So if you just identify yourself and make the presentation.
Absolutely. Jamie Bissonette with Zenith Consulting Engineers for the record. Mr. Chair, if you'd like, I'm more than happy to share my screen.
Sure. Victoria can make sure you can turn that on for him. She's going to try and turn your screen share on.
I got it. All right.
Well, looks like we'll keep her for another week. Good job, Victoria. All
Nice job,
right.
Victoria. All
There
right.
you go.
Again, Jamie Bissonette, Zenith Consulting Engineers for the record. This is 31/33 Washburn Road. The applicant is proposing to construct a new garage building. Right now, this is their existing horseshoe-style driveway. They're looking to construct it, backing up to where the existing fence is now. As the chair had said, there is a pond. This delineates the top of the bank. The work is happening in existing disturbed area, and all of the excavation work will be happening greater than 50 feet from the resource. We're proposing silt sock to run along the edge of the driveway and up to what is now the existing fence to be able to stop any type of erosion getting towards any resource area. Happy to answer any questions if you have any.
No, it looks pretty straightforward, and again, it would look like you're 80 feet away from the wetlands,
Yeah, the
and it's already an existing paved driveway, correct?
that's correct. Yep.
All right. So the only real question, and again, I don't think because of how you are away, how are you handling roof drainage? Is it just regular downspouts to run on the grass?
That's right. That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not all that big, so it's not like it's going to be producing that much. And again, it's already existing runoff with the paved area there. So.
Yeah, and just as a note too, Mr. Chair, the pavement actually goes beyond it over into here, so we're pretty much completely over asphalt with the.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Just on to make sure that we weren't piping anything. I know you guys better than that, but just piping anything towards the wetlands or anything like that. Hey, you're putting them on the ground. That's fine. It recharges. It's great. So. Yeah, it can't get any more straightforward than this. So I don't have any other questions. Does the board have any issues or questions with this?
I'm good, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
I'm good,
Good.
Kevin.
Excellent. Thank you. So with that being said, and again, this is not a public hearing. It's done at a public meeting, so we're not obligated to notify abutters, and there's no need for public input, particularly with RDAs of this nature. So That being said, I will entertain a motion that we issue a negative determination, number 3, that the area is in a buffer zone to an area that's subject to protection of the Act, but will not dredge, alter, or fill said area. So notice of intent is required.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. There's no further discussion on the motion. Roll call vote. Charlie Sullivan.
Aye.
Charlie Sullivan, aye. Keith Mello.
Aye.
Mello, aye. Kevin Demaris, aye. Motion passes unanimously. I'll sign that, Jamie, and we'll get the paperwork. Just be a little cognizant. We have Victoria's new. She's catching on quick, and I would imagine it's going to get out in the next couple of days. But with the holiday and all, you might not see it till next week.
All right, appreciate it. Everybody have a great night.
Yeah, you too now. Thank you.
All right, good night.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Next on our agenda, item number 6, we have a continued notice of intent for 3 Quarry Drive. Because this was a notice of intent, this is a public hearing. I will call the public hearing back to order. I see that Steve Giosa is on with us.
Yes, Mr. Chairman?
Excellent. Last we met, there were some minor comments that from Environmental Partners Group, and you said that, and through both the public hearing for us and Planning Board, there were some minor changes. You've reached out to them with some changes, and if I'm not mistaken, we have the most recent peer review letter. It is on, again, it is where you can find the rest of our meeting materials. This is 3 French Street. No, it's not. This is 3 Quarry Drive, excuse me. You'll see peer review letter number 2. That's the latest one, December 28th. Click on that. That's going to be the document that we're talking about right now. So, public hearing's been called back to order. Steve, if you'd like, go right ahead.
If I can share my screen if that'll be helpful to the commission.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Did you give it to me?
And-
Perfect.
Okay. So as the chairman indicated, we have completed the review with your peer review consultant. We did get a letter today. I did have a chance to review it. The changes that were made, they were relatively minor after the last meeting. As you may recall, we did add on at the consultant's request the riverfront area in this corner of the site, which is basically the far west end of the project with north to the top. And again, just to refresh the commission members, these are the abandoned bogs where we'll be setting the solar panels. And we have had the extensive review by Environmental Partners. Their latest letter, which was issued today, indicated we've addressed their concerns. And again, the last minor issue was we moved these panels in this lower corner. Originally were extending into a portion of the riverfront area. We've now moved them as well as the fencing outside of the riverfront area. So for this project, there is no longer any proposed activity in the riverfront area. They have confirmed that we have addressed that. Going through the other items in their list, they have closed all of the outstanding items out. They are suggesting that 2 items be listed as planning board conditions of approval, because they really are more planning board issues. One had to do with, well, one is planning board and one is really conservation. One of the items that they suggested was that we produce a letter from the utility company confirming the interconnection of the system to the grid. It has been approved. And since we don't have the final letter from the power company yet, we suggested and we put a note on the plan that that would be a condition of approval. And then from a stormwater management standpoint, we are, because of the scope and size of the project, required to do a stormwater pollution prevention plan that would be filed with the contractor and the EPA when we get to just before construction, and that a condition would be put in place that we would provide a copy of that to the commission and to the planning board for your records when we get to that stage. We think those are reasonable conditions and comments, in addition to whatever else the commission may want. Again, you may recall that we did bolster the erosion control on this project with silt fencing and a filter sock running along the lower limits of the work, so that we do have pretty good control on the construction activities. And we are working within existing disturbed areas. So this is actually a pretty good project where we're not going in and doing any wholesale tree clearing and activities that would be more intrusive into the environment. So I think we've addressed all the questions that have come up to date, and be happy to answer any remaining questions the commission members may have.
No, Steve, I had an opportunity to talk to Adam from Environmental Partners Group today, just to try to get up to speed on this, to see where we were, and he said the same thing that you just said, and again, in the peer review letter, it says that also. It's always nice to see item closed, item closed, item closed, I'll be honest with you. There were two, under the stormwater management, I think that's really the only one that would be of concern to the Conservation Commission relative to condition of approval. As you stated, the other one, it was the contract, if you will, agreement with the power company. It's got nothing to do with wetlands. So I'll read what basically, it's a stormwater prevention plan that it needs to be submitted prior to construction. So, and that's been a standard kind of, we're finding in the construction industry that it's oftentimes difficult to do that work and get it prior to. So it's been pretty standard condition of our approvals in the past, I know on planning board side. And so, does anybody from the general public have any questions? This is a public hearing, so we are recording this. I do allow for questions. The process allows for questions. So if you have any questions, now's the time. Just get my attention and politely say your name. Do we have any more people on the meeting still? Oh, it's just us. Well, okay. Well, I'm playing to a captive audience here then, apparently. So that being said then, does anybody from the board have any questions on this? No. All right, Steve, I want to thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just said I'm good.
Good, excellent. Steve, I want to thank you. You know, I know this has been going on for a while for myriad reasons, but you've reacted to our comments in a positive way, and it makes permitting easier, particularly on our end, so I do thank you for that. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure. That being said, if there's no other comments, then I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made and supported to close the public hearing for the Three Quarry Drive Solar. If there's no further discussion, roll call vote. Charlie Sullivan.
Aye.
Charlie Sullivan, aye. Keith Mello.
Aye.
Keith Mello, aye. Kevin Damaris, aye. All right, that being closed. It's relatively easy if you look at what EPG has said, that we basically should be approving the most recent plan set with that one condition, that the SWIP be submitted to local officials for review prior to construction. So that being said, I will entertain a motion that we approve the most recent plan set. What's the date on that plan set, Steve?
Well, now you ask me.
I mean, I could look at myself, but.
Hold on, I might be able to grab the revision block right here. Revised through December 15th, 2020.
All right. So I'll entertain a motion that we approve the plan set revision date December 15th, 2020, with the condition that a stormwater prevention plan be submitted to local officials, Concom, and Planning Board for review prior to construction. I'll entertain that motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I second.
Motion made and supported. If there is no further discussion on the motion, roll call vote. Charlie Sullivan.
Aye.
Charlie says aye. Keith Mello.
Aye.
Keith Mello says aye. Kevin Damaris says aye. It passes unanimously. Well,
Very
there you
good.
go, Steve.
Thank you very much,
So-
gentlemen, and I hope everybody has a great New Year's.
Yes, thank you, Steve. Be
And
safe,
a
my
better
friend.
2021.
Oh, good Lord, it can't get any worse.
There you go.
So just again, you know, our part-time clerk Victoria is new, but looks like she's been knocking some of the stuff out rather quickly. So if you don't see it this week, you'll probably get it next week.
Very good. Thank you very much, and good night now.
Yeah, you too now.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, in light of last week's or 2 weeks ago, 2.5-hour marathon, that's all we have rest on the agenda. I don't think we need to get into job descriptions for gatekeeper and open space consultant right now. Folks, go home, spend some time with your family, be safe, enjoy the rest of the holiday season, and look forward to seeing you all in the new year.
You take care, Kevin.
Thank you, my friends. Have a good night.
Thanks,
You
Kevin.
Hold on. What do you see, Victoria?
Always going there.
The what? Motion to adjourn? Yeah, I was gonna ask for that. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah,
Thank you.
second.
Second. All right. Roll call vote. All in favor to adjourn. Charlie Sullivan.
Aye.
Charlie Sullivan, aye. Keith Mello.
Aye.
Keith Mello, aye. Kevin Demarais says aye. Be safe, everyone. And again, thanks, Keith, for putting some time aside for us. Appreciate it, my friend.
No, I'm sorry about that. I got held up with kids.
Hey, it's all right, my friend. It is what it is. I'll see
All
you.
right.